Now, if you're a subscriber, current subscriber, welcome back and thank you again for tuning in today. If you are someone that is tuning in for the first time, my name is Troyson Bassini. I am the owner and head of research of Life Buyers Agency. So we are a regional Queensland buyers agent specialist, and we service the Central Queensland and North Queensland property markets under these two brands here. So up in North Queensland, we've got Tropical Life servicing Cairns, Townsville, and the broader region there. And then we've got Capricorn Life servicing the Central Queensland basin from Rockhampton to Bundaberg and everywhere in between there as well, Gladstone and Mackay included. And what we do is we generally help a lot of investors and geographically challenged buyers navigate these markets. We're on the ground, we provide buyers advocacy services, purchase, negotiation, acquisition, and pre and post settlement support for anyone looking at potentially buying in any of these locations. We've done more than $250 million worth of transactions in these regions. 70% of our purchases are off market, and I like to say, as a result of buying off market, a lot of our properties are also bought in isolation of competition and under market value as well. So if you feel as though you are an investor that might need potential professional help getting into these markets, feel free to reach out to us on those websites below or give us a call on that number and we can connect you up with myself or one of my team members for a chat around how we might be able to potentially get you into the market and buy you a cracking investment. Now, the lucky last market that we're going to dive in today is Cairns. So Cairns up there in tropical North Queensland, beautiful Cairns. Look, Cairns, ever since COVID, well, particularly during COVID, Cairns went bananas. And then it had a bit of a slowdown, and obviously it had a flood there at the start of the year. And a lot of people were kind of sitting on their heels, wondering what was going on with Cairns, particularly investors. And yeah, I think this update here is going to be quite fitting to sort of see what's exactly happened in Cairns since the flood back in December last year. Now, we can see here that the Kansas median house price is $644,000. And look, this makes it, I think, the most expensive regional hub. I think it's neck and neck with Gladstone there at the moment. But as I said, I think Gladstone's median house price is not a true reflection of its actual median because it's dragged up by Agnes Waters. I think Cairns right now is the most expensive regional hub from Bundaberg through to Cairns. So yeah, sitting at 644, and when we compare that to Townsville, that's about $100,000 more. Comparing that to Mackay, similar. Comparing that to Rockhampton, about $150,000 more, and comparing that to Bundy, about $60,000-$70,000 more there. So Cairns right now is sitting up there as the sort of top dog alone right now. And sitting at 644, look, I'm not surprised that it's hit that number. Cairns is a beautiful location. Obviously, has a big lifestyle market there, so that's been one of those things I think that's been really pushing the market median house price to what it is today. The places like Palm Cove, Trinity Beach, Clifton Beach have been really popular for that lifestyle market. I know during COVID they smashed the northern beaches, and now I think supply is that low that those markets are still rising and obviously putting upward pressure on that median house price. In addition to that, Cairns had a flood back in December as well. A lot of parts of Cairns was flooded, and that obviously sent the market into a bit of a spiral there in the short term. A lot of people that wanted to invest in Cairns didn't really know what to do or what was going on. I know right now Cairns probably still has about 1,000 displaced families living sort of in temporary accommodation while their properties are going through the insurance claim process, renovations being fixed up, etc. So that's a bit of an issue right now happening in Cairns. And I know one of the big things with Cairns right now and why that median house price is soaring is that there's been pretty tight supply levels. So we'll jump into the supply levels, but pretty much where a lot of the flood didn't occur, a lot of the local buyers started to flock to a lot of those suburbs, and that's caused a lot of those suburbs to spike also. So 644 guys overall. I think that has still plenty of wiggle room. I think to push up. I think that can get to 800. I think the Cairns median house price can get to $800,000 over the next 3 to 4 years easily. I think. And we can see here that the median house price this year, despite the flood, has grown by 5.2%. So from 612,000, it's grown to $644,000. So a total of $32,000 there. So the market is still on the rise, and this is despite a flood. And as I said, I think the flood really put a rocket up a lot of the Cairns locals. I think they really got a shock as to some of these areas that haven't flooded for so long eventually flooded, like some of the really nice residential areas like Holloways Beach, Caravonica, Camarunga, places even on the northern beaches around Palm Cove and Clifton Beach, Kawara Beach, were flooded, and these are areas that historically never flooded. And I think that really scares a lot of local buyers now, and a lot of local buyers, I believe, are pushing into some of the other suburbs that weren't affected at all from the floods recently. So markets on the south side, I believe, from pretty much Bayview Heights all the way through to Gordonvale, we've seen a massive surge in median house price growth in a lot of those south side suburbs in Cairns. But I still see, this median house price pushing up. In terms of where I'm buying in Cairns, I still see some really good value around Mount Sheridan, White Rock, Bayview Heights, parts of Gordonvale, parts of Bentley Park, where you can get in for sort of that sort of low 600s, high 500s, buying sort of those sort of properties. And then obviously for those blue chip clients that I represent with budgets of up to $1 million or 800 to $1 million, we're looking at the Cairns Northern Beaches markets like Clifton Beach, Palm Cove, and then some of the really, really blue chip areas around the inner middle ring around Brinsmead, Redledge, and Edge Hill, etc. Another market that's also on the rise, I think that could be a great sort of market between that $600,000 to $800,000 price point is Stratford and Freshwater as well. I think there's some good value suburbs right now. So we can see here some of the data for Cairns, is still looking very strong despite that massive flood event back in December. So days on market still very low, sitting around 33 days currently, and it's pretty much remained around 30 days all year. So that just tells me that things are selling in Cairns like within the first week or so of them going onto the market. So again, if you are looking at investing in this market, just tread with caution and be very quick with your offer and your process. I put an offer in on a property in Cairns last week as well, and I missed out as it went under multiple offers, and there was a lot of bidders with this one. And as a result of that, people are paying well and truly over what the purchase price is. So be mindful now when you're buying in Cairns is that following the price trends is very, very important, because if you're not in tune with how prices are trending, when you go to put in your offer, you're going to be way off the mark there, and you're going to be missing out. It's going to take you a couple of properties before you figure out, I need to offer $20,000, $30,000 over that listing price if I want to be even in the race. So just have a look at those price trends, guys, because what's happening in Cairns now, people are paying $20,000, $30,000, up to $80,000 more on every listing that comes onto the market there, given that supply is very low also. So we can see here that stock levels are sitting at 0.4% and inventory sitting at 1 month. So we have demand that's remained strong and steady for pretty much the course of the whole year, and now stock levels, still idling very low, under 1%, and inventory levels around that 1 month as well. So demand is high, supply is low, and it's still a nice recipe there for that ongoing capital growth. We can see here that listing volumes has remained the same since January as well. So they're averaging around 200 properties a month. I know historically Cairns used to average around 500, 600 properties a month, and it's sort of contracted down to a point in time now where it's averaging around 200 per month. But even that is very, very low, because there's about 800 real estate agents in Cairns, and only 210 properties coming available each month for purchase. So very, very low levels of supply there. So it has all the right ingredients here to suggest that the market is going to continue to rise, which is a good thing, particularly if you are looking to invest in this market. The rental side of the market looks very tight now also, guys. And overall, like yeah, rents are looking solid as well. And as you can see here, the year-to-date rent has increased 1.2% from 565 to 572. So I really like Cairns as well because despite there being really good accelerated price growth over the last couple of years, the rents have also kept up with it as well. So the yields are always sort of very good in line with the median house price. You can always sort of get a minimum of sort of 5.5% on your yield, particularly for those sort of sub 650K purchases. So that's one of the good things that I like about Cairns is that the rental market is solid, and you can see here that's as a result of this vacancy rate as well being super tight. So the vacancy rate is currently sitting at 0.8%, and that's dropped from 1.2% in January. So there was a small spike in January. It's generally sat around 1%, and then it's taken another dip. So what that equates to in terms of the amount of listings or less listings is 52 less properties currently available right now in September than there was in January. So yeah, the Cairns rental market looks to be good in terms of the supply side of the market. Listing volumes, inventory levels seems to be very low. Days on market very strong. The market is hot and heated, so high demand, low supply, and then obviously that's resulted in this median house price growing as well. 5.2%, not huge growth like what we've seen in Mackay, Townsville, and Rockhampton, but nonetheless, off the back of a flood, Cairns has done some really good numbers. And I'm still very bullish on this median house price, I think, to get to 800,000 over the next couple of years. And then the best value I'm seeing again, I think, is all of the south side suburbs between sort of sub 600. Still think if you can pick up something in there, I think that's where the best opportunities lie in Cairns. So yeah, guys, if you are looking to buy in Cairns, the data is looking pretty good right now.